Hey guys, what's going on? It's Angry Beast here, and I'm bringing you sniper gameplay on the new map Liberation, playing some team deathmatch 6v6 in the elite playlist. This is my first time playing this map, and I have to tell you, this is a huge freaking map. It's larger than anything I've ever seen before in Call of Duty. I would say it's about twice the size of Wasteland, with a lot more cover and more details. So there's no real map that compares to this as far as how big it is. It's just ginormous. One thing I'm going to say is that while this is a sniping map, quickscoping is not going to be effective. You try and quickscope, you're not going to hit anything on this. I mean, there's too much cover, there's too large lines of sight. You're not going to be able to hit anything if you try and quickscope. So I'd recommend actually using marksman and assassin rather than sleight of hand and steady aim and quick draw. So that's just my recommendations, and that's what I did in this game. This game isn't too bad. It's a 16-5, my first attempt here. You'll notice I play very, very defensively. That's because I haven't played this map before. All I've heard is that it's a huge, huge map that's in New York. So I'm just thinking, well, okay, I'll play a little bit cautiously, and it's not too bad of a gameplay. It's not your most exciting one, but, you know, it's my first gameplay. I don't know how much better you could really do on this map, I mean, with its design. It pretty much is a clone of Wasteland. I mean, as you can see right below where I'm laying prone right there, there's a cave in the middle of the map. You got the two spawns on either side of the map, three entrances into the cave. It's a clone of Wasteland. I mean, there's not much else to say. I didn't run any people trying to spawn tube though, so that's a good thing. One thing though is that there's a lot of the details that you haven't seen in these maps before. I mean, look at the trees right now. You got trees of all different colors. I mean, the leaves on the ground. You got green. You got brown. You got gold. It's just there's amazing attention to detail. Look at the statue there. I mean, this is just an amazing looking map, and the sounds are even better. I don't think you can hear it, but while you're playing, you hear birds going off, chirping in the background. You hear crickets going off. It's just an amazing experience. I mean, there's no other map that I can think of that puts you in the level like this one does. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm using the scrambler in this game. So one of the reasons I was using that is because when you're on a big map like this, air support is a big problem. I mean, everybody's running their high kill streaks, their predators, their attack helicopters, and all that. Rather than running blind eye, I really like my sleight of hand for the fast swap to my secondary, which just happens to be the FMG9s. But I prefer using scrambler and sleight of hands, because the scrambler, basically what it does, if you didn't know, TmarT'ns made a really good video on this, so I'll leave it in the description. But basically, when you're in the radius of the scrambler, it gives you blind eye. It gives you all the effects of blind eye. It makes you invisible to all air support and all that stuff. So it's basically a free blind eye perk for you and all your teammates within a certain radius. I'm also using mounts and betties, just messing around with those. Those are a little bit more effective in open areas than the claymores are in my experience. So I'm going around with this MSR. This is actually my first gameplay with the MSR at all. To be honest, I never used it in my first prestiges or whatever. I just didn't even see it there. I mean, it's pretty much exactly the same as the L11-8A in my opinion. Maybe it has a little bit less recoil, but there's no major differences there. I prefer my L11 because I have it ranked up a little bit higher. But basically, this gameplay is slow, but it's the fastest I've gotten on this map. This map plays extremely slow. It's very large. Although it looks great, it plays very, very slowly. I had all the other games I got on this map were ended by the time limit, not the kills limit. I mean, it's all sniping, pretty much. It's sniping. There's no way to use a submachine gun or a shotgun very effectively on this map. There just isn't. I mean, you're gonna keep going around and trying to find people, but they're just gonna pick you off when you're this far away. I mean, this is like the only place I would consider using a submachine gun in. Shotguns are completely unusable in this map. I mean, where would you use a shotgun? I mean, under the bridge is like, yeah, maybe a little bit, but you're not gonna get the range you need. Ooh, nice headshot. But basically the way I suggest playing this map is to take either an assault rifle with good long-range capabilities like the ACR or the SCAR, maybe the M4, and I would use them with an ACOG and a silencer, and basically try and be try and be stealthy. Run assassin so that marksman is ineffective against you, and try running marksman. I mean, you want to be able to pick people off at ranges, and that's very important on this map because there's very few close quarter situations. So, in this gameplay, yes, I am using the FMG9s. I've had my little piece about that, but they're not too bad on this map. I mean, there's very few places where they're effective, so you don't have to worry about that very often. Oh yeah, the cave. Sorry, you might be able to use a submachine gun or a shotgun effectively in the cave, but I don't know. I really can't recommend it considering the cave is only one small part of the map. So another thing about this map is that it seems like people are, well, it depends on the person, but it's mostly snipers in this gameplay here. But I've had gameplays where a lot of people like to just hang out in the cave. So, I mean, you could probably sit at one of the doorways of the cave like I was doing earlier and just constantly pick off people as they run out of the cave. I mean, it's an effective strategy. I used it, got a couple kills, but once again, FMG9's going to town for me. They actually nerfed the FMG9 again. They increased its hipfire spread even more. So I guess they balanced it somewhat, but it's still pretty powerful. As you can see there, I was barely even aiming for the guy, and I just got him. So on this map, it seems like it's going to be a sniper's paradise, but not a quickscoper's paradise. So if you like to play more of the scout sniper, like Wings Redemption is really good as a scout sniper. He's got some great tips. But then this will be a map for you. You'll love this map. Picking up an AK, nice little AK setup you got going there. But this map is just really, really defensive, and if you like to play like that, you'll love this map. If you don't like playing defensively, then I really don't think you'll enjoy this map. I mean, even for a domination setup, it's a little bit more action-packed, but short of I don't know what ground war will be like, but from my experience with domination, it's just as slow as this. So unless you really, really like this, oh, here's a really nice spot. I have to recommend this one. I mean, you can jump up on top of this box, and you can see right over into the enemy spawn. Marksman is really helpful here. I'll pick up a kill right here. Nice little hard scope down the map. That's why I love Marksman. Such a good perk for sniping, or really any defensive gameplay. But so yeah, overall I would recommend running Assassin, Marksman. Scrambler is really effective if you're gonna be stationary. Probably for secondary, I'd recommend either actually XM25 might not be a bad option, but this gameplay is winding down. I pick up a nice little semi quick scope at the end there, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, this wasn't by far the best gameplay I've gotten, but it's my first. It's 16-5. I'm signing out.